All right, in the last episode, we watched the Philadelphia 76ers sweep the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1984 NBA Finals to win a ring. It is some of their seconds, some of their firsts, but now we are in the 83 to 84 off season. We have player retirements, draft lotteries, the draft, free agency, player progressions, and so much more. Getting ready for the next season. Starting off with this, we're definitely going to go to player retirements and see if any players who are on teams. Jack Marin, of course, are ones I created who are in free agency. So is Donnie Freeman, Cassie Russell, Jimmy Walker. All these players were people that I created and let them sit in free agency just in case. So Sam Lacey, Ted McClain, Curtis Perry, Henry Bibby is retiring, James Silas, John Giannoli, Nate Hawthorne, Jim Price. Is there anyone who was on the team? So yep, there is Bobby Jones. He's going to retire due to injury. Yes, he technically did play a little bit longer, but he's 32. He got injured, so we're gonna go ahead and let him retire. We are not going to be changing anything via that. Dave Robish from the Nuggets will also be retiring, and I'm pretty sure that is it, basically. I mean, all these people are still real except for this guy, technically. Yes, that is a face scan for someone that is real, but he's not real. After that, you can see it's all just a bunch of fake players. So, yeah, really the only two noticeable retirements are Dave Robish and Bobby Jones. So, good luck to them. This is the rule changes and stuff that is going to be happening. A player fouled in transition with a clear pass to the basket will receive two free throws and retain the possession of the ball. Relocate and completely rebrand the San Diego Clippers to the Los Angeles Clippers. Change the uniforms of the Utah Jazz and change the uniforms of the Pacers. That is basically it. So, yep, let's go ahead and hit that. League meetings. They're going to approve the clear path time. And I don't think there's any rules that I want to add. I'm pretty sure we have basically everything I want in this sim right now. So that is going to go ahead and be done. So the draft lottery, it is one of two chances, either the Kings or Rockets. The second pick is going to go to the Kings. So the Rockets do get the first pick in the 1984 sweepstakes. Pistons at 3, Clippers at 4 via Golden State. The Pacers via New York at 5. Suns at 6, Bullets at 7, Lakers via Seattle at 8, 76ers via Clippers at 9, Trailblazers via Indy at 10, 11 is Nets, 12 is Hawks, Mavericks at 13, Spurs at 14, Mavericks at 15, Bulls at 16, 76ers at 17, Trailblazers at 18, 19 at Celtics, 20 at Jazz, 21 is Bucks, 22 is Lakers, and 23 is the Knicks. So, of course, we're going to let everyone do it. And we're going to go ahead and sit back and watch the NBA draft. So, with the first pick in the NBA draft, the Houston Rockets will be selecting Charles Barkley from Auburn, 6'6 power forward. Does fit nicely with their team, I will say. You now have Ralph Sampson there still with Robert Reed, Charles Barkley, Lewis Lloyd, and Aleph Leavell. You also have Mickey Johnson, so they do have a decently good team. Next up is the Sacramento Kings, or my bad, the Kansas City Kings, and they will be selecting Hakeem Olajuwon from Houston. Makes sense. They do have um whatchamacallit, Bill Walton there. So that's going to be interesting. The Pistons are third, and they will be selecting Kevin Willis. Oh, Pistons. Oh, Pistons. Why must you do this? So the Pistons had Isaiah, they had Kelly, they had Bill. They technically needed a power, but they just let Michael Jordan go to the Clippers practically. Also, let's go ahead and look at the Kings real quick. Yeah, they do have Bill, but now they add Hakeem. So one of them is probably going to play center or power forward, and they're looking like they're going to have a decent team as well. After this, we're not going to look at teams until player progression. But yeah, so for the fourth pick, the Los Angeles Clippers will be selecting John Stockton. So Jordan is up and could potentially go to the Indiana Pacers to team up with Clark Kellogg. John Stockton joins the Clippers at 4. With the fifth pick, the Indiana Pacers will be selecting Michael Jordan out of North Carolina, potentially the greatest player of all time, but in due time we will tell. Pick number 6, the Suns will be selecting Sam Bowie from Kentucky, the 7'1" big man. With pick number 7, the Bullets will be selecting Jay Humphries from Colorado. Nice little point guard for them. Pick number 8, the Lakers will be selecting Ben Coleman from Minnesota. Don't know about that one, but hey. Pick number 9, the 76ers are going to be trading their pick, I believe. No, they're okay. Sam Perkins, it just took weird. So Sam Perkins out of North Carolina will be joining the 76ers, basically replacing Bobby Jones. Pick number 10, the Blazers, Clyde Drexler, Fat Lieber. They're going to be selecting Joe Jakubic out of Ohio, the 6'5 shooter. The New Jersey Nets at 11 are going to be selecting Otis Thorpe. I do like that pickup for them. The Atlanta Hawks at 12 are going to be selecting. Who are they selecting? Oh, nope. Okay, so the Hawks are trading pick 12 to the Bullets for Jeff Rowland straight up. They're also throwing Mike Glenn into it. So the Bullets are going to be selecting Melvin Turpin. So the Bullets just got. Not that. So the Bullets have Jay Humphries and Melvin Turpin out of here so far. Yeah, wow. Okay. Pick 13, the Mavericks are going to be selecting Vern Fleming. Pick 14, the Spurs are going to be selecting Jerome Kersey. 15, the Mavericks are up again, and they will be selecting Michael Cage out of San Diego. The Bulls at 16 will be selecting Roosevelt Chapman out of Dayton. At 17, the 76ers will be selecting Ronnie Williams out of Florida. The Blazers at 18 will be selecting Ben McDonald from Irvine. The Celtics at 19 will be selecting Leon Wood out of Arizona. The Utah Jazz at 20 will be selecting Alvin Robertson. 21, the Milwaukee Bucks are selecting Earl Jones out of Washington. The Lakers at 22 will be selecting Tim McCormick out of Michigan. The Knicks at 23 will be selecting Anthony Ticci. The Bullets in the first pick of the second round will be selecting Lancaster Gordon out of Louisville. Tony Campbell is the 25th pick in the draft to the Seattle Sonics. The 26th pick for the 76ers will be Michael Young out of Houston. The Knicks with 27 will be selecting Kent Bannister out of Indiana State. The Warriors at pick 28 will be selecting Charles Jones out of Louisville. 29 for the Phoenix Suns, they will be selecting Ron Anderson. The Pacers at 30 will be selecting Kenny Fields. The Bulls at 31 will be selecting Eddie L. Wilkins. The Warriors at 32 are going to be selecting Terrence Stansbury out of Temple. The Pacers at 33 will be selecting Steve Coulter out of New Mexico. The Warriors at 34 are going to be selecting Tony Costello out of St. Joseph's. The Seattle Supersonics with 35 are going to be taking Tom Sewell out of Lamar. The Pacers at 36 are going to be selecting Stuart Gray out of UCLA. The Pistons at 37 are going to be selecting Ricky Ross. The Mavericks at 38 are going to be selecting Ozell Jones. And the Blazers have 39. They're going to be selecting Corey Blackwell. They have 40 as well, Jeff Turner. 41, Othell Wilson. And the Celtics at 42 will be selecting Devin Durant. The Mavericks at 43, Tim Dillon. The Bullets with Bob Thornton at 44. 45 is going to be Rick Carlisle to the 76ers. And the Blazers at 46 are going to be selecting Jim Gronkowski. So the first 5 picks being Barkley at 1, Hakeem at 2, Willis at 3, Stockton at 4, and Jordan at 5. Very, very interesting. Anyone not signing their rookies? So the Blazers will not be signing Jim Gronkowski. And that is it. So the Blazers will not be signing him. Anyone declined their team player options or anything? Nope. Okay, qualifying offers. We're just going to go ahead and that. So we're going to get ready. Free agency, the top rated free agent right now is Joe Barry Carroll with Cliff Robinson, Jim Paxson, Dan Roundfield, Terry Cummings, Bob Lanier, Junior Bridgman, Reggie Theus, Rob Williams, and Ricky Sobers as the top 10 free agents. So all I'm going to do is we're going to skip a few days past. There we go. So Reggie Theus is still in free agency, but let's go see who signed where. So Joe Barry Carroll returns to the Warriors. Cliff Robinson is leaving the Cavaliers to go join the Utah Jazz. Bob Lanier goes back to the Bucks. Jim Paxson goes back to the Suns. Dan Roundfield has left the Hawks to join the Supersonics. Terry Cummings has left the Clippers to join the Spurs. Junior Bridgman has left the Bucks to join the Warriors. Rob Williams have left the Nuggets to join the Bullets. Ricky Sobers has left the Bullets to join the Hawks. Pat Cummings has gone back to Dallas. Ray Williams has gone back to the Bucks. Mitchell Wiggins back to the Bulls. Norm Nixon has now signed with the Rockets, leaving the Clippers. Michael Brooks has left the Lakers to sign with the New York Knicks. Lonnie Shelton has returned back to Cleveland after being traded for Mike Mitchell, I believe. He is now returning back to Cleveland after being in San Antonio. Butch Carter is leaving Indiana to join Cavaliers as well. Wayne Cooper is leaving Portland to join the Cavs. Al Wood is leaving the Seattle Supersonics to join the Clippers. Gerald Henderson leaving the Nets for the Pacers. George Johnson going from Indy to Clippers. Cedric Maxwell leaving the Celtics, going to the Hawks. Wes Matthews back to the 76ers. Larry Smith from Warriors to Clippers. Reggie King from Seattle to the Knicks. Greg Kessler from the Lakers to the Nuggets. And yeah, so on. We do have a little bit more here, but those are all really the only ones that matter. So Reggie Theus did sign somewhere. Reggie Theus has left Philadelphia after winning a ring and has joined the Cavs as well. Very interesting. Yeah, very. Antoine Carr to the Bucks. Reggie Theus, yeah. George McGinnis went to the Suns. Ricky Pierce went to the Warriors. Is that really it? Yeah, like basically. So definitely a whole lot of team ups. So the new look 76ers lost Reggie Theus. I believe that is it. Also drafted Rick Carlisle. Of course, they lost Bobby Jones and added Sam Perkins as well. The Bucks basically looking almost like the same team but lost Junior Bridgman. I think they should still be fine. The Bullets traded Jeff Rowland. Ended up getting Melvin Turpin. They drafted Jay Humphreys. You have Rob Williams over here now as well with Greg Ballard, Frank Johnson, and Jeff Malone. Don't know what the Bullets are doing, but hey. Chicago Bulls, they got Quentin Daly, Orlando Mitchell, and Maurice Cheek still. I believe they drafted Roosevelt Chapman right here. The Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, Mike Mitchell is here still. Now you have World Be Free, John Bagley, Reggie Theus, Mike Mitchell, and Lonnie Shelton back with Butch Carter, Wayne Cooper, and Steve Stipanovich. This team is definitely not that bad. We have the Boston Celtics, who literally did not get better at all. They probably got worse, I'm going to be honest. They drafted Devin Durant and Leon Wood. On top of that, not too crazy. Michael Ray is downgrading. Dennis Johnson is not the greatest. So, yeah, Clippers lost Norm Nixon, but, they drafted John Stockton. So, going to be interesting to see his career over here with Jamal Wilkes and Derek Smith. Al Woods over here. James Donaldson still here. So, yeah. Hawks with Dominique, Jeff Ruland, Doc Rivers, Ricky Sobers, and Eddie Johnson's over here. Well, not the good Eddie, but still a good one. They still got Trey Rollins. Now they got Cedric Maxwell. This team does look like it can be a part contender next season. Jazz signed Cliff Robinson. Definitely a piece they were missing. Now they have a full 5-man with Alvin Robertson, who they drafted, John Drew, and Thurl Bailey off the bench. Kansas City Kings, Eddie Johnson, Larry Drew, Akeem, Bill Walton. We're gonna make Bill Walton a power forward in center. It's gonna drop him down a little bit, but I feel like that is the best bet. And they do have Mike Woodson still with Billy Knight. New York Knicks, Andrew Tooney, Bill Cartwright, Rory Sparrow, Michael Brooks now, Mike Dunleavy. They're going to look like a legit team soon. The Lakers, of course, still an elite team. Yes, Kareem is getting old. He's 37, but that's how that happens. They do have Brad Davis back. They did draft Ben Coleman and Tim McCormick. The Dallas Mavericks have Mark Aguirre still basically the same team nonetheless, but they drafted Vern Fleming and Michael Cage. The New Jersey Nets, they drafted Otis Thorpe to go along with Otis, Birdsong, and Albert King and Daryl Dawkins. So I actually kind of like that fit. Denver Nuggets, Alex English, Kiki. Still a decent team nonetheless. Alex English is up to a 99 overall. The Pacers, which is a team I feel like is going to be very, very good now. Clark Kellogg, who I believe was an all-star last season. Yes, he was, with Herb Williams, Michael Jordan, Geoff Houston, Phil Hubbard, and Gerald Henderson as a 6-man. This team does have potential. Detroit Pistons, they sold not drafting Jordan. They drafted Kevin Willis over Jordan. They're never going to live that down. But yeah, Isaiah Thomas, Kelly, John Long, Bill Laimbeer, Vinnie Johnson, Kevin Willis, they're doing their thing. Houston Rockets, Charles Barkley, Lewis Lloyd, Robert Reed, Mickey Johnson, and Ralph Sampson, who's downgrading right now. Yikes. What is his boom or bust? Because what? His max potential is 93, but he's already going down. Interesting. Okay. Norm Nixon also joined them over here, so that's a pretty good team actually. George Gervin, Terry Cummings, Artis Gilmore. They drafted Jerome Kersey. Pretty good team. Phoenix Suns drafted Sam Bowie. They were in need of a center with Rod Foster, Jim Paxson, Walter Davis, and Larry Nance, with Maurice Lucas still holding the 4 down. Jack Sikma, Dan Roundfield, Gus Williams, Tom Chambers. I mean, this team's elite. You know what I'm saying? This team's elite. We're gonna do them this solid and put Tom to a small forward instead of Power. Dan's at Power, Gus center, and then they got Tom Sewell at shooting guard. Yeah, that's for them to figure it out. The Blazers looking like okay team. They do have Clyde, but they drafted Joe Jokovic, so maybe they put Clyde to a 3, I guess. Maybe they do this. Sure. Oops. And then the Warriors, Purvis Short, Sleepy Floyd, Joe Barry Carroll, Junior Bridgman, Lester Connor, and Ricky Pierce. Definitely an interesting team, I would say. Don't know how they're going to work. Maybe they make a trade for a shooting guard here to flip for a power forward or something. We'll work out something. Clearly, the lone 99 is Alex English. So, yeah. Interesting. We are gonna real quick. Oh, we have progression to 45 again. We have player progression and regression. This is up more than what I had it. So they're gonna go like that. Let's go ahead, jump into Summer League. See who wins the Summer League. Rockets out in the first round. So are Nuggets, Nets, Knicks, Pistons, and Sonics with Clippers. Second round, the quarter or well, whatever. We'll skip all this. The second round, it is the Dallas Mavericks gone, the Suns gone, the Spurs gone, the 76ers gone. It is the Bullets gone, the Jazz gone, the Hawks gone, and the Lakers gone. Or Warriors gone. Third round, the quarterfinals, the Kings are gone, the Bucks are gone, the Celtics are gone, and the Pacers are gone. Semifinals, Cavs are gone, and Lakers are gone. So it is a who is on this team again? It is Fat Lieber, Joe Jokovic, Clyde Drexler, Jeff Turner, Steve Trumbo in the Summer League against Ennis Watley, Quentin Daly, Mitchell Wiggins, Sidney Green, and Eddie L. Wilkins, where the Chicago Bulls are the Summer League champions. So yeah, we're gonna call it that soon. Actually, we're gonna change cities since Indiana just got Jordan. We're gonna go ahead and go to Indiana for that, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video where we have some rookie showcases of Jordan and all of them. It's been your boy Trilly. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, and peace out.